Which is a more incisive commentary on corruption in the bishopric? 7 nuns seducing a parish priest into debauchery, or an enormously endowed Benedictine sodomizing a goat named Pius?
No force in heaven or on earth will make me answer that question.
Quite right, Arno. The goat it is.
Welcome to Assassin's Creed Unity. Although this isn't the best representation of the game. There we go, so that's more like it. So this is Assassin's Creed Unity, and what you just saw there was part of a sequence that they kind of call rifts in the world of Assassin's Creed Unity, and I'll touch more on that here in a minute. But if you're used to Assassin's Creed and its formula, you will be very used to this game. Although this game is Assassin's Creed Unity, it is available on the PC, Xbox One, and PlayStation 4, taking it to the current gen consoles, along with having a last generation game come out alongside this called Assassin's Creed Rogue, which I will be doing in a separate review. But as for Assassin's Creed Unity, if you are used to the Assassin's Creed formula, you will be very used to this game. You play as Arno Dorian. He has quite the story. He loses his father at a young age. He is part of a family of assassins. He loses his father at a young age and ends up getting adopted into a house of Templars, where, as you can imagine, things start to turn pretty quickly. Without going too much into the story, things kind of happen, and you kind of split sides with the family, and you end up taking the side of the assassins. Now once your training with the assassins is pretty much over, that's when the bulk of the game gets started. Pretty much the game plays out just like many other Assassin's Creed games out there. Once you start the main story of the game, pretty much the objective is to kill high-ranking officials in the Templar Order in order to figure out what is going on. And that is pretty much what the bulk of the game consists of. And there are a few other missions in between. Some pretty fun ones as well. Like I said before, there were those Rift missions, which are pretty much Abstergo is onto you, and they are tracking you down inside of the Animus. So you have to go to a different part in time in order to lose their scent on you for the most part. So you go through a different section in time, and you have to lose them, and then that's when you go back into the French Revolution Paris that the bulk of the game takes place in. And there are some other funny missions in between as well, such as chasing a air balloon.
It certainly is lovely up here. You should see the view.
Oh, you don't say!
The wind is picking up. You'd better hurry.
Yes, thank you.
But for the most part, the bulk of the missions consist around killing the Templar officials in order to get their memories. And how they go about this is actually pretty interesting. They pretty much give you a scenario and a particular environment, and what you need to do is you need to assassinate this Templar, but you can do it in any assortment of ways. And you can also create opportunities that will help you and assist you in assassinating this Templar. And then by the end of it, you get his memories. Some examples are you can cover some vents on the street to help smoke the sewers. That'll make an escape easier. or setting off some sort of distraction, such as fireworks going off. It's actually pretty interesting how they go about this. There's also many different ways of entry, whether it be through a window or a secret entrance, or lockpicking a certain door. All many ways to make your objective easier, and a way to get a much easier kill. And they all pretty much end off with getting this person's memory, all leading to the final objective and learning why this person did what.
Come on! Sing! Sing! Where's the map?
If you have orders to remove us from this hall, you must also get authority to use force. For we shall yield to nothing but bayonets! Ah, to administer is to govern. To govern is to reign. That is the essence of the problem.
Mr. Mirabeau. Pathetic, isn't it? Surely France deserves better.
What was that? Roy, clean up your mess, it's time.
Told you I could make him talk.
You've done well, Captain. Read.
The price of grain is higher than ever, Grandmaster. Our agents are in place to divert the shipments to our docks. They wait only your command.
Good. Starve them. Through famine and fury, they will see their false masters for what they are, but do it gradually.
What you're asking will take at least a year, Grandmaster. If not two.
Overall, the story is what you would expect for an Assassin's Creed game. It's upfront, it's not all that great, but the way it is told through the cutscenes and through the missions is just awesome. The cutscenes in this game really took the game to a whole nother level. The cutscenes were awesome. I really wanted. A lot of times they felt like a full-length movie. They weren't long by any stretch. They just felt really good. It felt like I was watching a movie sometimes. The cutscenes were awesome, and overall, I really liked Assassin's Creed Unity. I have not had as much fun playing an Assassin's Creed game since Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. Assassin's Creed Brotherhood was my favorite Assassin's Creed game, and I think Assassin's Creed Unity has taken that title. Assassin's Creed Unity was just a lot of fun. I really like how how Assassin's Creed Unity went back to the whole urban feel and took away the naval combat. As much fun as it was, I missed the urban feel of the Assassin's Creed games, and I'm really glad Assassin's Creed Unity went back to that system. And overall, Assassin's Creed Unity was a very, very fun game. It is a very well-made game. I only came across one glitch that actually caused my death. But other than that, the game was actually very well made. There were some other minor glitches. Some NPCs were in some weird spots. They were on top of some objects they shouldn't have been on. They'd maybe glitch out and walk into each other. But nothing crazy. It's mostly stuff you would expect from an open world game. The game had no major glitches by any means. The game had... Graphically, the game was gorgeous. It was a very good-looking game, and I can only imagine what they are going to do with future titles in the series. The game, for the most part, ran very well. There were some parts in the game that it would start to get a little framey. The frames would drop a little bit, but they would quickly go back up, and the game was still very playable. The frame droppage was never really that bad, and overall the game ran pretty well. Other than the frame issues on some certain parts, the game ran very well, and even the frame rate issues that I did come across did not last for very long. So overall the game is very well made. I will say it could use a little bit of polish to cover up some of the imperfections that are in it, but overall the game runs fairly smooth. I had no problems playing through it. Like I said, the one glitch that I came across that did cause my death was the one and only time that I ever came across it. And overall, the game was a joy to play. There's so much side stuff to do in the game that it's an Assassin's Creed game. There's so much side stuff to do, it just depends on whether you want to do it or not. And all the side stuff covers a wide spectrum of things to do that if you find one thing you're not going to like, move on to the next thing, you'll probably find another thing you like. Overall, the game was very well made, gorgeous. The voice acting was absolutely fantastic. The story told through the cutscenes was awesome, and Paris was very well made. I would say it's probably not as interesting as some of the other places the other Assassin's Creed games have taken place in before, but overall they filled it with life, and it was a very interesting city to run around in with so many NPCs on screen at one time that it really felt like a living, breathing city, and it was just a lot of... Assassin's Creed Unity was overall a lot of fun to play. Of course, this is just my opinion. There have been a lot of other people out there pointing out some glitches in the game, and that's just some stuff you're going to come across. I know, for instance, there was a glitch where some characters' faces were completely disappearing. As to my understanding, that was only on the PC version of the game, so... but other than that one glitch I came across, the game seemed very well made, and if you like Assassin's Creed, I would highly recommend this game. This has become my new favorite Assassin's Creed game since Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. I overall really enjoyed Assassin's Creed Unity, and I think it was a blast to play, and I would recommend that any of you out there at least to give the game a play. You don't have to buy it, but do give it a play. It is worth the time, and it's not a terribly long game. You probably could beat it in about 2 relatively long play sessions. Just give the game a chance. It is a lot of fun, and that is pretty much all I have to say on the game. Thank you all for watching this review. It is my very first one, so any support you guys can give on this video, I would very much appreciate it. But thank you all very much for watching. Assassin's Creed Unity was a very fun game to play. I enjoyed it a lot, and it has become my new favorite Assassin's Creed game. And I very much look forward to the next Assassin's Creed that comes out next year, and I'm actually even excited to play Assassin's Creed Rogue, the last generation counterpart to Unity. So, thank you all for watching this video, and I will see you all next time. I am out.
The future. Vous êtes vengé.